Discussion may not be comfortable for all listeners. Certain viewpoints may not reflect those of our partners, sponsors, affiliates, our hosts, or that of our guests. We would like to encourage everybody to keep a respectful and open climate of discussion for all topics, no matter how disturbing they may be. So viewer discretion is advised.
You know this world has gone insane. It is absolutely no secret. But tonight, Saturday night, you are about to experience the true measures of what that insanity can bring you. Tonight, you are about to see Bald and Bonkers, the one-of-a-kind show that delves deep into the world with no holds barred. Now, meet your hosts, Dakota Franson, specialist of the strange, and Crystal Mule, the UFO fanatic. Now, give it up, and let's see what these two idiots can bring you.
What are you fingering us for there, Christopher? Wait.
I don't know. Honestly, look at that. He's changed my name. See, this is the thing, right, ladies and gentlemen that's going to be listening to this in the podcast. See, when you're stuck with an American co-host that doesn't understand you, it's terrible, you know?
Oh, my.
See, honestly, guys, tonight's going to be awesome. We're joined by Lisa, and we're joined by tonight. Oh, my God, I've mispronounced your name. How do you say your name? I'm sorry. What's going on with my mic? Can you hear me?
What?
What is that? Wait to do. What is it? What have you went and done, Dakota? Have you went into settings?
What did I do?
I don't know.
I don't know what. I don't know.
What? What is that?
You're so hard to understand, and then you have that come in, and it's almost impossible. I'm sorry.
What is that? Honestly, what is that? This is honestly. What is there something? Right, Dakota. Is there something wrong with my mic?
I don't know what's happening.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh my God.
Right, yeah. What? Yeah, sounds strange because you are all coming clear for me.
Okay, now you sound okay, but
sound normal, but your mic distorted you completely.
It sounded a little bit like Daffy Duck, a Scottish Daffy Duck.
I think there's problems tonight, ladies and gentlemen. There's problems tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with StreamYard, as people have been. Plus people don't understand a single word that I'm saying. So honestly, I'm just going to let Dakota speak now. On you go. You do the introductions, Dakota. Well, I drink my Pepsi. On you go.
Well, of course we're going to do the introductions. Tonight we have the lovely Lisa Fry joining us with Allie Rosebrok, pet psychic. So it's bring your pet to work to Bald and Bonkers. I've got my mutant cat over here that's apparently dead. But
mutant? Was it kind of like mutant teenage? What, mutant? Was that a mutant cat? Was it like
You're a mutant?
5 arms or something?
No, I got a cat that I've taken in that has 8 toes on both of its front paws.
Oh, it's a polydactyl.
Yeah.
I don't know, honestly.
Can you say polydactyl, Chris?
Oh, God.
Polydactyl.
Oh, you did that great.
I know.
There you go. It's honestly, I blame him. I'm telling you, it's.
Why am I always
has had a lot of problems because you bring the weird energy. It's weird. Tonight it's just been so crazy, but Allie's had problems with her, in her end.
Yes.
Dakota keeps freezing, and my mic keeps going in and out. I think StreamYard's having its problems, you know.
I'm golden. For once, I'm golden.
Yeah, I know.
And that's where you look, Jaundice.
That's just weird, that.
Wow. What a dad joke, Dakota.
I know. Oh, my God. Honestly. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about pet psychics tonight, which is something that I actually don't know. I'm just so you can understand. It's something that I don't actually know that much about. Can you tell us a wee bit about that, Ali?
Sure. So it is it is very much just any other impulsive, intuitive connection that you would have if you were doing a past life reading or any other in-person reading. It's just that it comes across to me as an impulse of energy.
Right.
And then I kind of just have to just what they're saying. Some energy comes across as images. Some comes across as a guessing game. Some of it comes across as very even pronounced words. And sometimes the verbiage isn't as clear as what we would expect a human energy to read.
Yeah.
They don't have a vocabulary like we do. And so sometimes I have to seek a lot of affirmation to make sure that I'm on the right path. And because if I don't explain it correctly, many times the animal just shuts down. The energy becomes very frustrated. And so if I don't say it exactly how it is or exactly how they mean for me to reiterate it, then they can get frustrated. So it's a lot of just listening and trusting that what you are getting ready to say isn't misconstrued.
Right. That's it. And I'm going to ask you a question that's on my mind, right? It's been on my mind for a long time, this question, and obviously a lot of religions will go against this and that. Do pets go to the afterlife? Is there an afterlife for pets?
Yes.
Animals, right? What is that like?
It is hard. It is not. I don't communicate a lot with human afterlife energy.
Right.
But when I have, the difference in animal energy is they're kind of lost. It's a very staticky of, and it takes a lot of quietness and stillness to be able to understand it, because it comes across so staticky.
Right.
My personal opinion is that an animal is immediately in another transition because their energy is so static. It's never really at rest unless that is the end of that life cycle for that soul, if that makes sense.
Right.
Is the end of that life cycle, then I can communicate very quickly and very clearly. But if that animal is deceased and passed and then immediately goes into another transition, it's very staticky.
Right. Yeah.
You got them thinking. I can see their gears are going.
It's like you've always heard of the Rainbow Bridge, right?
Yeah.
That's just something that I'm obviously a pet owner. I've had a few in my time, right? And I've always been very sad when they go. Do you think it's something that's always wondered, because I always, with everyone that I've had, they start acting weird when it comes their time. It's as if they know it's their time. And because my last one, for instance, it was weird because she was a collie, she was a border collie, and she was acting so weird. She wanted to get out all the time, so she just wanted away, as if and then I went outside and I found her. She had collapsed, dead. And that happened to quite a few that I've had over the years. And do you honestly think that all pets, I'm not just saying like dogs and cats, do you think they all know when it's their time?
Yes. Yes, I do. Because I get asked a lot, can you tell me when it's time?
No.
Yes. But but I can't call the time for you. It is completely that energy's opinion, for lack of better words. But yes, if I do a sick animal or an elderly animal or something like that, a lot of times they will say, well, I'm not ready until this happens. Or, you know, my mom and dad are getting ready for a move. I want to be present for the move. I recently had a girl that asked if her horse could make a long-distance trip. And because the vets were saying physically, no, you know, this horse will not make it. But that horse was determined.
Yeah.
She was taking a huge step in her business, and that horse was determined to see her make that step and be there when she opened the doors to her new job. So clinically, the answer was no, but energy-wise and emotionally, that said yes. Yes, I'm going to be here. I'm going to do this. And as soon as she kind of gave a series of events of how she wanted her life to end, and that's exactly how it did. They got her to and watched her owner open her doors of work, and the mare laid down and passed by herself. So.
That's horses are beautiful animals. I mean, yeah.
Yes. So most animals, they look like that. Sometimes they're taken off guard, like, oh, I'm sick. Oh, wait, what? But for the most part, they do know.
Yeah. Dakota?
So, I'm honestly shocked there isn't any troll comments going to ask this, but so in your experience, would you say that communications with the animal energy is anything like Dr. Doolittle?
Yeah.
You were going to ask.
That my job is a holistic sports alternative medicine for animals. So it is a lot of time just banter back and forth between some animals. I can be in my house, and my little house dog will pop a snide comment, and I'm like, you know what? Shut up. That is not even
not appropriate.
Exactly. So yes, I'm like, oh my, there is not anyone that is going to believe me. And my friends that know what I do, know that I can communicate. I might pop a comment, an owner may say something, and I'm like, that is exactly what she thinks. And you know, people are like, what? I'm like, it's very inappropriate. There is just happen.
A question that I was thinking about. Now, Lisa will kind of know what I'm talking about here. When humans are obviously born, they forget who they are and why they came here. Am I correct, Lisa?
Can you repeat the question?
Right. When humans are born on Earth, they forget who they are and why they came here.
Okay.
Yes, born. It's bloody Scottish language, right?
No, you glitched. You glitched.
Now, pets, like animals, not just pets, no animals. Do they know why they're here? Is it true? Because I've heard people telling me that other like psychics have told me that when pets are born and they come to this plane, they know why they're here. They know they're here to help you. They know to guide you in your path.
Yes.
Right.
And I have a personal story happening right now. And I'm going to try not to cry. But I lost a very dear Lisa wouldn't have shocked. And I cried. That was pretty much the end of horse. I just have not, and I've been riding since I've been 3. I haven't won a barn. I haven't won anything. And I have a filly in my barn right now. And she looked at me the other day, and I knew immediately who she was. And don't, Lisa. I knew immediately who she was. And now I know why she's having some of the issues she is growing and things like that is because I questioned so many times what happened to this horse before I got her. And unfortunately, I'm living what happened. If you don't want the answer, don't ask the question type of thing. But I get I get a chance to do all the things the right way that she didn't have done the first time. And she was just one of those that after it's gone, you know that you missed it, and you're like, wow, I really should have tried harder. I really should have done things different. And so I'm fortunate enough to be able to have that opportunity. So yes, it's you. When they come back to you, and it comes to you, they come. Not all of them, but some of them. Mm-hmm. And pay attention.
You're breaking up real bad for you guys.
You're breaking up awful bad, Ali. You couldn't maybe come out and then come back in again. Maybe there's something. I think there's something. Unless are you using the Wi-Fi in the house? Is that what you're using?
Or move your phone closer to the window.
Or move your phone closer to the window. That's a good idea.
Are we good now?
Better.
That's up.
Oh, should be good. All right. Yes,
here's a kind of question. It's for both of you, right? Because it's Lisa. It's like, right, when you die, right? Obviously, when a human dies, they expect to see their loved ones, their pets. What's that for you, Lisa? When you see spirits, do they come back and tell you, oh yeah, I seen my dog that passed away when I was a little boy and stuff?
Usually when I'm doing mediumship, I'll actually see the animal. Like, I'll see the animal.
Really?
Like, it'll be there. Yeah. I'd be like, oh, was there a little white dog or a little brown dog or a cat, a Siamese cat? Or you can actually see the animal that's right there. Well, it's different for everybody, so I can say see. But and sometimes they come across with personality and stuff like that. But generally for me, I just see the animal unless I'm pointedly working with that animal, which I don't do anymore. Mainly because I go, hey, look at this lady over here. She's freaking amazing. So I know she can give a much clearer message to me. So, but when coming through with mediumship and I have a human there, they'll come across sometimes with a pet to say, hey, here's your dog. I'm here with your pet. Your parakeets, whatever. I've never had a parakeet come across. But anyways, so yeah, like that.
Yeah. It's a very interesting thing because I've always wondered when it's my time comes, which I hope I live to 120. When my time comes, I'm hoping that I see my loved ones, because you got dogs and cats. They're like members of the family.
Oh, yeah.
You're really attached to them. And I hope that I get to see my friends again, because they do become, you go walks with them, you talk to them and that. But then you think to yourself, if they're going to reincarnate, will you see them again? This is what I've always wondered. Ali?
Yes. So my guys are actually answering the question for you guys. Can you hear me? Am I still good?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So yes, you will be reunited with the souls that are but it's just that you guys are in a soul circle, so there's that time to be together, and as long as you do your assignment per se, together. But if that other soul is traveling on another soul circuit or soul path, then there'll be a little bit of transition time. So to say that you're all going to be together all at once may not be the truth, but yes, you will all be on that same soul. Yep.
Yeah, it's something that I've always wondered, because I've heard stories about people that worked in like nursing homes, and one old man. I'm not going to say the guy's name, but this woman, she was working in a nursing home, and this old man was dying, and he says to her, he says to the nurse one night, he says, there was my dog came to see me, which he had when he was maybe 12 or something like that. I mean, you got to remember, this guy's maybe in his 90s. And the nurse was like, okay. And the next night he was gone. So can the pets come and collect you to take you?
Yes,
right.
They can. Yeah, absolutely. Right. And they are just, and that's their purpose for you at that time is is to be your transition. And yes, they absolutely will. They absolutely will.
Yeah. It's actually very beautiful. Actually, Dakota, would you like to take it away?
Actually, I do have one question. I guess we keep it to go to both of you because this may be a situation I have on my hands. But have you ever come across a situation where different energies directed the pet towards you as their way of saying a gift? If that makes sense.
Yes. I haven't had many come across that way, but I have had animals that say, I came here for a purpose. I can't think of a specific time where I'm like, this animal isn't yours, it's actually his, and this needs to transpire. But I have, people have what to do with this animal. It kind of seeked me out, and I'm like, yeah, it's on purpose.
I'm sitting here trying to think of a situation like that, and I can't think of one, but I know that they've happened. They have been placed here, yeah.
Not one I can think of one.
I was working on a CE5 session shortly after she showed up at the house. She just came out of nowhere. We honestly think she may have been dumped because she's a polydactyl. All of a sudden, a message comes through on the spirit box that may have come from my alien hybrid children that Lisa actually helped identify, saying the cat was a gift from us.
Oh my goodness. Aww. Lisa, I think Fern.
Don't start with me, man. Don't start with me. Not tonight, man. Not tonight. I got makeup on.
I know.
No.
Here's an interesting one. That this is something that I've always thought about. You get haunting at locations, right? And you find that there's maybe a spirit there that's trapped, and you have to help that spirit cross. Has that ever happened? Have you ever went into a location, this is for both of you, and you've maybe seen a cat, or you've seen a dog spirit that's trapped?
Yes. A lot of times when I go to some of the farms, you catch things out of your corner of your eyes. I do sports medicine, so I'm traveling to farms all the time, and out of the corner of my eye, I might see something float past my ankles or a shadow back in the corner of the barn, and I kind of try to touch a little bit, very delicately, and see, like, are you visiting? Why are you here? Do I need to know something? And if I feel that sticky, stuck energy, then I start asking questions. How long have you owned this place? What have you done with it? Have you lost any animals? And I try to open that connection. And a lot of times if I open the connection, then I can break the ice on, there happens to be a lingering energy. Can we help clear this up? Never do I feel them, with ill intention or anything like that. It's just one that maybe was newer energy and didn't know how to transition, or wasn't a surprise thing and it had something else to say, or one that thought, I'll stick around for a while, and then they get tired. They can't just stay. But once that energy goes so low, there really is no transition area for them either. So yeah, I do encounter them, but I never encounter them on, a bad level. I don't even know how to.
Yeah. So, and Allie will know what I'm talking about here, because in addition to Allie and I just being like professional friends, we're like really close friends. Like she's trained my horses and stuff like that. And she's done incredible things like rush over when I'm crying hysterical, because I've lost a mare or something has traumatically happened on the farm, and she's always been there to come pick up the pieces. And so there are instances that I've had on the farm that then a couple days later will be like trying to clean a stall, and I'll just catch D or something out of the corner, one of my mares out of the corner of my eye. Mm-hmm. And I was at that time going, I didn't think anything of it because we're so used to her being in the stall. We didn't pay any attention. And then a couple seconds later you go, oh, okay, well, that mare. But it's always been very, very traumatic things like colic, and then we had a hip lock full, things that were super, super traumatic. But then they just move on for me. I mean, that's just, it's just been, it can be the trauma, a lot of trauma, things like that, stuff like that.
Have you ever encountered, Lisa? Oh, we've lost Dakota there. Have you ever encountered, getting into a haunted location, like a haunted house, and maybe helping a pet cross? What I'm saying is, like, maybe there's a man there.
Yeah. You know what? I think that, in my opinion, I think animals sort it out very well.
Yeah.
I think they sort it out very well. Do you catch images of animals? Absolutely. And I think that there's a lot of residual energy as well. So it's not always going to be something that's trapped. The same with humans, right? You catch a lot of residual energy. So everything you see in a haunted location isn't necessarily trapped. It could be just a replay. But I have never really, and I'm scanning my memory banks right now, is to see if I ever run across an animal that was like, needed to be transitioned. I don't think I have. Yeah. Have you, Allie? I mean, where they just don't sort it out? Well, you obviously have. Yeah.
Well, not that it hasn't sorted out. I've had some that maybe didn't take the opportunity to transition when they should have, and then here. But,
because they don't want to cut that cord. They want to stay with their people.
Yeah. Yeah. But then they start vibrating so low that there is nothing that they can do. They're no longer healing. They're no longer helping. They're no longer guiding. Mm-hmm. Their vibration's so low they can't even transmit the messages that they're trying to, and so that makes a very frustrated energy. But I've never met one that just couldn't.
Once I wanted to. And she works with a lot more animals than I do, guys. I mean, just like a lot more animals than I do.
Yeah, there's actually a question that I've got, but I don't know how to ask it really. It's like, right, obviously cats and dogs, they're here for a purpose, right? So what about animals that are slaughtered in mass? What's the deal? Do they just come back again as like cows and sheep and pigs over and over and over again? What happens there? Because obviously they've got a soul.
And let me tell you, I don't really know what happens after they pass, but they vibrate with such a purpose. And I know a lot of animal communicators are vegan because of just the things that we feel. But I am a generational farmer, rancher, and they come across with such purpose. Mothers, they either come across very maternal or they have no maternal. So to raise them and eat them, I mean, as hard as it sounds, they're okay with that because that is their program. purpose.
Yeah, I've always wondered that because I stay next to a farm. I'm only like maybe a fence back garden farm, and they've got a lot of horses, but they've also got a lot of beef cattle. And I've always seen them. They go away every now and again to go to slaughterhouses to get slaughtered, obviously. And I've always wondered. Do they know? Do they know that is their purpose? Because you walk past them, you know what cows are like. They're very nosy, and they walk up. They're very timid, and you clap them and stuff like that. Well, I do anyway. But I've always wondered, do they know that is their path in life? That this has to happen over and over again?
Yes. So honestly, I don't know, but or read the book, but Ferdinand is kind of the best way, or even Babe.
Yeah, Babe.
Right, and they are very, very on one plane.
You're breaking up again. Could you hold your phone a wee bit closer? Yeah.
How about that?
Strange that.
Better.
That's better.
Okay. They survive on one energy plane. They don't have a lot of independent thoughts. Talk to them is
right.
Not exactly.
It's quite interesting you say that, because then if you jump on the fish side of things, fish and you would wonder how that would come into things too. You know, they'll be the same.
Yeah.
So do this is my question. Do show cattle do the same? I mean, are show cattle in that same, let me be fluffy, this is my thing, this is what I'm doing, this is my purpose to help the growth of this human at the moment because this child is learning or this adult's learning. Is that their same thought pattern?
The maternal ones will parent, they will mother, they will nurture. It is their job to nurture. They're not maternal, and that can go mother or father, it doesn't matter, male, female. They are, again, focus driven. They are just surviving in whatever situation has been placed in front of them.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
That is very interesting. That it really is. One of my friends just messaged me earlier and asked me to ask this question. I can't believe that. Do pet fish go somewhere?
Fish. Pet fish.
Pet fish.
Someone, I've got a friend that asked me that.
You could say polydactyl. Okay.
I have fish.
Yeah.
Not easy.
Yeah.
And I cannot answer that question. I do not know where they go.
I would assume they do the same thing.
Their energy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because
it just floats. It is just very non-purposeful.
It's obviously here for a reason.
Yeah.
So Dakota, do you have any questions? See a wee cog sticking away there.
Well, I'm just trying to recollect everything because I'm breaking up on my end.
So can I share something? Can I share something?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I tell the story, Allie? Can I tell the story of like the beginning of Allie in this life?
Oh, aye, please.
Okay. So, you guys, fish are friends, not food. Sorry, I was repeating from the. Hi, everybody. I just want to say hi. I want to talk about really quickly just about how this is something so many people can do. Some people are much more gifted at this than other. Okay, that's why I refer everybody to her, because she freaks me out. Okay. Anyways, no, she doesn't freak me out. I'm so proud of her. I could just spit. But anyhow, I was in Mexico and I had a small issue. I broke my ankle on a mudslide. And
a mudslide drink.
So anyhow,
with the air quotes.
The following week I was doing a huge presentation at what's called Equine Affair in Ohio, and it's this huge equine. I mean, tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands of people, go through. And so I was supposed to do Reiki, teach people how to do Reiki for their animals. And I had a broken leg, so I called him and said, hey, can I have somebody else do this for me in the ring? So Allie's like, I'll do it. 'Cause actually, I kind of went, please. And so she come forward and she did this for me. And she was standing in the middle of the ring, not doing any type of animal communication at all at this point, right? So I'm standing there. I'm on the microphone. I'm just kind of hobbling around telling everybody. And here's Allie. The horse started talking to her in the middle of the arena as the first time for her animal communication, and she started talking to the owner.
Yes. I was terrified.
It was the most amazing thing to watch her light bulb go off, that she was doing animal communication. It's just one of those moments on your intuitive journey where you go, wow. And she has been that just dead on accurate since then. She actually, and just as one example, and then you guys can have the thing back. She told somebody one time their dog was lost. She told them that the dog was under the tree, and they're like, we don't see the dog under the tree. And she's like, no, you need to go back and check under the tree. Go check under the tree, around the tree. The dog is under the tree. The dog was in a hole that it had dug under the tree. I mean, you can't make that up. Exactly where she said, I'm done. That's me. My story time is over.
I have always thought, right, horses, I do like horses. I think they're beautiful animals. How intelligent would you say a horse was? Would you say they were one of the most intelligent forms of animals?
Well, don't tell my horse because I call them sometimes. But they are intelligent.
So smart.
I would say they're perceptive more than intelligent.
Right.
Because their intelligence is only as strong as their flight instinct. Their intelligence only to that level, but they're very perceptive. So they can form opinions very well, and you cannot convince them otherwise.
I've got two that live behind me, and they're the most. I watch them, and they're quite interesting because there'll be times that I go out a walk, and mints. Horses have got this tendency for sugary products, the same as humans, right? And there'll be times I'll go out a walk and I'll have like a packet of mints in my pocket, and they'll come over and I'll give them one, right? And there'll be times that I don't have the mints in my pocket and they don't come over. It's as if they know that you don't have. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life. I won't have them and they don't come near me. And then when I go to walk past them with like sweets, they're like there and they follow you down the fence looking at you like that with their big happy eyes and their wee floppy ears. And you feel sorry for them. You know? I know, I can't help myself tonight.
Yes, I know you very well.
Dakota, would you like to say anything, Dakota, and then we could maybe jump to some of the people in the chat, maybe get a reading for maybe one of the lucky people in the chat?
I do have one question. And I was just trying to figure out how to articulate it because I'm feeling kind of squirrel-brained right now. But
join the club.
Yeah, it
I've
seems
been
to
there
be a
for
common
years.
occurrence for people. So, being that it does seem like nowadays there's a lot more spiritual energies open up, there's a lot of people who seem to be opening up to their intuitive abilities. What would your advice be to someone who believes that they are falling within the animal communication side of the spectrum?
Well, that's really easy because I answer that question for a lot of people on the daily. Some will call me maybe after a vet visit or something and say, this is the physical part, but I'm telling you it's deeper. And I will scan the animal and concur with them. Yes, you have something deeper. And I always tell them, go with your gut. If your gut is talking, listen. If your gut is talking, listen. And for the people that are like, okay, that's great, Allie. I'm listening, but I don't know if it's right or wrong. Start asking for affirmations. an example would be dog food. Okay, if somebody says, my dog is just having issues, but my vet says it's this, and I'm seeing something else. My gut's saying it's not all that. Let's change dog food. Let's see if we have an allergy. Let's see if we have things. Start doing physical things that you can get affirmation for, and set your intention. If this is the right food, then my dog will eat. If this is not the right choice, my dog will not eat. Set your intentions to gather your own personal affirmations, and those will start building, and you will start being able to understand the voice that is talking to you or the impulse. Because when you're talking to energy that doesn't know how to communicate, they will speak in impulses. They will speak in affirmation. They will speak in ways that they can communicate with you. So if we're not sure able to communicate, we need to set up options for success, for the animal to answer the question presented to them. Does that make sense? Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
So if you're willing to give someone in the chat a reading, what do they need to do? Do they just need to say something in the chat so as you know them, or what do we need to do that way?
To answer a question in the chat?
Yeah. No, if say one of the people want maybe a reading, what should we do there, Lisa? What should you bring up? You know what I'm trying to say.
So, Allie, what do you need if we pick someone from the chat, or if you pick someone from the chat, can you just pick someone from the chat, or do you need a picture or something like that, or can you just read for somebody? Or do you have an animal come across that someone in the chat might recognize? That'd probably be easier.
Yeah.
There is Colton just woke up. He's staring at me like I'm crazy. There is a white, and I want to say Siamese, but they're almost bringing in a tabby. So maybe like a real smoky type markings on this white cat. It's a sudden death.
Girl, go to the next animal, please. Go to the next animal.
Oh my God!
Just go to the next animal.
What?
Is that yours, Lisa?
What is it with you? Stop. Go to the next animal. God.
It says, is that, I take it you had something happen. Yeah.
German Shepherd.
Tell me later.
Yeah, German Shepherd male, 1 to 2 years old, was not ready.
Anyone in the chat?
Very sudden death. It had to have been a decision made. So it wasn't like hit by a car. Well, it could have been, but the decision for termination was made for this particular animal. You know?
Anyone in the chat?
No. I was whispering over here. Just do your thing.
Yes. Anybody in the chat picking them up?
Anybody picking up what is a German Shepherd, 1 to 2 years old, sudden passing?
Anyone at all? Nothing yet.
Yeah, there's lag.
Yeah.
It's maybe the hot weather and it's doing strange things to the internet.
But if somebody does want to claim, this dog paying 6 months for a replacement. He is sending this animal. This particular animal is sending a replacement 6 months' time, and there is absolutely nothing that could have been done to change this outcome. Nothing at all.
Well, if anyone watches this or anyone, remember, leave a comment below so we know who you are. That would be really, if you could.
There is
There's some questions in the chat there. What was that? Heather Jans, I was just going to ask if it was hit by a car.
yes.
I'll bring it up.
I felt car too. You could feel the impact.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, wait, maybe it did get hit by the car.
Yeah.
Because they speak in imagery, so I was like, okay, it was an accident, did not get hit by a car, and then they said, no, it did. So it's all on how things come across. Again, a deceased animal is very fuzzy. So, yes, it did get hit by a car.
Heather says hers was many, many years ago.
Heather, then in the next 6 months, need to keep an open mind. Can I jump up here to Renee Lloyd?
Yep, sure, yeah.
Here, look at me. I'm like, yeah, I'm in charge of stuff. Yeah, sure.
She wants to know if she should put her daughter's older pony down. She feels that she should, but doesn't have the heart. If this is a financial decision, then just know that there is finances coming to continue the care of this pony. I don't know the time frame, but they just keep continuing to say there's a windfall coming. There's a windfall coming. And they're showing me a financial windfall. So if you are asking because of financial reasons, then but I also feel like there is like an event coming, something that this pony particularly doesn't want to miss. Can we confirm any of that? Because there's a lot of energy that I'm kind of
Rennie
off.
in the chat, she says, what's that? She says there, bring it up. Oh my God, I was swimming to get.
See that horse took her swimming.
Right.
She seems okay, but
there's Renee again saying cancer.
They spell butte different.
Yeah, they do.
She's in New Zealand.
Renee, maybe try to change the pain meds. I feel like that might be the financial aspect of things. Is the pain meds. When I read your statement, that is what is kind of standing out. Is the way I read pain relief. The pain meds. It just needs to change. A different route on them. As far as comfort, though, she does have significant pain in her feet. She's saying she still has an appetite.
She says that she's 27, very stubborn.
feel she's stubborn. She's just not quite willing to give up, though.
That's amazing. That I'm amazed. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm not really getting much more, Renee. Unfortunately, I'm super sorry. She is stubborn. She's not willing to give up much. But I will encourage you to change the pain meds. There is relief to be had.
Stinging nettle?
Yes.
She could. She could try the stinging nettle.
Yeah.
That sounds painful.
Rose hips. Rose hips would be something to look into as well if you want to go more of a holistic route. But yes, you could mix the stinging nettles and the rose hips together. That would be a very good advantage for her.
Curiosity, I don't know that much about horses, or that. Is 27 quite old for a pony or a horse?
It's up there.
Yeah.
Ponies,
yeah.
Ponies tend to be stubborn and ornery and hard to kick the bucket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Allie.
Is there anyone else that wants to ask a question? Anyone at all?
How about Tracy Henderson? She lost 2 dogs 5 days apart 2 months ago.
Oh.
I didn't know if you catch anything for that, Allie, or not. It was a real rough week for her.
Try to find it. So,
I know it's harder without a picture or having them there. I mean, you connect anyways, but it is harder.
So the immediate response that I was given was Soul Circle. That they came in together and they left together. But I don't think that they were per se with Tracy when they came in together. So they're not technically on Tracy's Soul Circle. They're with each other on the Soul Circle, if that makes sense.
With touching on her.
Yeah. I feel like the rug just kind of got ripped out. Like, very unaware that it was coming. Not per se unfinished business at all, but just kind of a shock that it followed suit so quickly. Okay,
so she says, no, they came and each died at different times.
Yeah. They didn't present that they came in together. And I think that was why the younger one was so surprised that I think it even might have been a she, left so abruptly. It's nothing personal, Tracy. It's nothing. Those two just traveled together, which sucks because I wish I had a better explanation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but animals are very loyal. That's the one thing I feel when touching on animals. They're extremely loyal, whether it's to their human counterpart that's in their soul circle or if they're with another animal on a soul circle. They're very, like, you could take Shadow and Drago and our girls that all at one time we had blue-green algae poisoning our pond, and we lost Great Danes.
Oh.
You know, and at the time I didn't understand it. But now, just sitting here listening to Allie talk about this, I'm like, oh. Yeah, so, yeah, makes sense.
It's a devastating thing when you lose a pet. I was devastated. My first collie, my second collie, my third collie, my fourth collie, and I'm on my fifth collie now. The one before this one, it nearly killed me. I was actually that depressed about it. Then we got a new one. She was just a wee pup, and she seemed to I don't know if it was just like fate. We found her, and and it's made my life so much better. There's someone there. What's that name there? Is it Pumpkin Allen? Say something about their dog's been in pain.
Amber Allen, yeah, Amber.
Amber.
It says Pumpkin, yes, but it's Amber.
Oh,
a Pumpkin. Right.
Actually, her name is Amber, Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay. Amber, yes, actually she is in pain. And it's super easy. She needs to see the chiropractor. Her head, I will spare you the clinical babble, but her head is not sitting on her spine properly, where the cranium attaches right there. She has so much pressure. So to say that your head's crooked on her, it is. She has so much pressure in her cranial and in her nasal areas that's where you're getting the discharge. Now, just because you get her adjusted does not mean that the tears will stop. If the pressure has built for a long period of time, then some of that damage will not reverse. But I will again stress, she does have pain, and it's kind of a radiant pain, almost like a fibromyalgia, if you will, because of how her head is sitting on her neck. It's pulsing pain. Her face pain, she's actually sharing it with me, and it's quite intense.
Oh my God.
You can hear me getting nasally. That is her coming across on me. It is so much pain in her sinuses that she needs those relieved. Any fluent vet in chiropractic can help alleviate that. Was she hit by a car? I do not believe so, but I do get an impact of some sort. So maybe she jumped out or was tossed, but I do not believe that there was a direct impact from a vehicle. But yes, for everything holy, please get those sinuses drained. I feel like I swallowed a balloon now.
Yeah.
You definitely sounded.
It's something that I've always wondered, because obviously dogs and cats, you can look at them and it's like a human will take like toothache. You'll go to the dentist, get it pulled out because you can do that. But an animal gets it, you don't know until there's signs, and it must be horrendous for the poor thing.
Yes. Okay, so now that I've grounded and got rid of that.
Yeah.
But it is hard for them. They can't give us any signs until we're like, oh, you're on treatment. Okay, all right, let's address this. But it is, and a lot of times they don't have any words. So just like that dog didn't have any words, so she gave me symptoms, and I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. So those ones very easy to pick up, and you're like, oh, yeah, there's pain, there's discomfort.
She looks like she all her teeth were. That's a sin.
Yeah.
Amber, if she has the continual pain that she has, she may have some nerve sensitivity that she is not even feeling herself chew. I grinds her teeth a lot. Grinds her teeth to cause pain so that she has feeling. So she's aware of her face.
Oh my god. That's... I'm just thinking about that in a human. I mean, I suffer from nerve pain in my face. I've got neuralgia in my face, and I know how painful that is. And that in an animal, when you can't get treatment, that must be terrible.
It is, that's what is astounding to me about these animals. The amount of grace and tolerance that they hold until they either find somebody and listen, or until they have something that is receptive enough to pick up subtlety, because they don't have a voice.
You're breaking up again, Allie.
Mm-hmm.
Better?
You're doing great at finding signal when you do that, though.
I'm sitting on this coat, but it keeps like sliding away, so I have to bring it back to me.
Oh.
I've actually got a pet. Well, it's actually my brother's pet. I was going to ask you about it. She's a wee cat, and I think she's about maybe 15 or 16 now.
Oh my
Her name's Maggie. She's a wee jet black cat, but she's blind. She's went totally blind. I was wondering if you could maybe pick up anything on her, because I think the family know that she's not got long left. I could show you a picture if I could find it, but I think she's not got long left.
So let me tell you that the things that she can see are beautiful.
Right.
So physically, to us, she's blind. But let me tell you that she sees energies and auras like you would not believe. Like I can't even describe to you these colors. They are beautiful. They are the most rich colors.
Yeah, I've done the brightness down. That's you can see where her eyes she's went blind.
Oh my goodness.
Aw, poor baby.
Beautiful.
She's failing. I watched her today, and they've made up like a wee pen for her. She can't go out and hunt anymore. She used to go out and catch mice and stuff like that, but she can't do it anymore because it's as if she's up all night meowing, and they don't know why. It's as if they think she's got dementia.
Her kidneys hurt very badly.
Do they?
And so their kidneys sit on the other side of their spine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use this term very loosely, okay, because I do not ever want to diagnose, but it's the only type of visualization I can give you to the imagery. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a cancer that has around from kidney to spinal cord down to the other kidney, and it's so invasive, like a cancer. And I'm not saying it's cancer, but it is aggressive and it is debilitating in the kidney area. But this cat is phenomenal. She's just about like, and just the colors. If we could see auras the way she does,
how can I explain this? It's weird how it happened because she started meowing all the time. It keeps them up at night, and she was one of the. I was never a cat person. I was always a dog person. I have to let everybody know that. And she was one of the cats that would follow you home, and she would walk with you to the back door into your house, and then she would go home as if she was like trying to protect you. She's very loving cat. And she just lost her vision like that. Her eyes have went kind of white, and I don't know, there's just been something that's in the back of my mind saying there's something wrong with her.
Yep. And it's all in that spinal column.
Yeah.
So she's just saying, though you see me blind, I still see everything. Cats are weird. Okay. Cats jive on a totally different energy level. Lisa.
No, I want to tell you something as soon as you're done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little weirdo.
Cats are very intense with their energy.
Yeah.
They choose to do great things with it, or they can choose to do very awful things with it. And this cat is very empathetic, and this cat takes it upon herself to right all the wrongs. So you're having a bad day, she's going to come sit on your lap. She's going to do everything she can to balance.
Yeah, my brother's daughter loves her to bits. Yeah. My brother's daughter loves her to absolute bits. She absolutely loves her. I mean, she comes home from her work, that's what the cat dad that jumped up on her lap and cuddled into her. I know what she's like. She's a nice cat. It was weird because I never liked cats. For some weird reason, I was never a cat person. I was always a dog person. But this cat was always... It was always there. I would go out and walk my dog and she would follow me.
She's fixing the flaws, fixing the pieces.
Yeah. I don't think she's got long on this plane left. No. And I think they know that. And I just wanted to say, but thank you very much for what you tell us about her.
If they want to tell her it's okay to pass, she would go.
Yeah. Right. I'll see her tomorrow anyway, because I've got a wee play area for her, and I was clapping her today. So she because of dementia, she tends to walk out the driveway, and because there's cars about, they have to make her like an enclosure, so she doesn't get lost.
Right.
And I don't like seeing her like that, because I can remember how agile I used to watch her walking across the fence. And how she would disappear at night and then come back the next day. And it's a shame, but there you go. It's life, isn't it? It's life. Yeah. Lisa, do you have something to say?
So just about the time she started reading, about 20 minutes ago, I messaged Sam because we have an appointment to go online together, him and I, and I said Fern came across a little bit ago while and she's that's what she likes to do obviously nowadays, and Sam says. Fern came here a little bit ago while I was giving treats to the boys. Her little plaque, her ashes are right there in the living room. The boys are our Basset Hound and our Great Dane, where she always ate her kitty crack while they had their treats. And he says she was discreet, but I took real notice of it when I was standing there. I think she was wanting some of her kitty crack. So at the same time you had her coming across, she said, "Well, fine. You don't want to listen to me?
I'll go to Dad."
I'll go to Dad.
Well, we'll do one more question and then we'll call it an end of the show. There's somebody, Rennie, is it Lloyd? Can't they see spirits on an energy in a different plane? That's a good question. How do pets see like us humans? The spirits?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
right.
They're very, very intuitive.
Right.
Probably better than we are, only because they don't possess the emotional blockages that we do. We're like, but for them it is.
Yeah. That's
really picking on kitty crack. Doesn't everybody else do kitty crack?
Kitty crack. Oh my god.
Yeah, kitty crack.
I've never heard of that. They don't have that over here.
I mean, what is
it's catnip treats,
right?
Like
One of my cats is allergic
They
to
don't
catnip.
call it
It's the weirdest thing.
I think they call it either treats or something, kitty treats or something. They don't call it kitty crap. Oh my god. I can't believe you call it that. Oh my god. So Dakota, would you like to? Before the end of the show?
No, I was going to have a little, see if you can
Where's
get some
your cat?
up. Well, she just disappeared on me. Yeah, she's probably getting too hot, so.
Allie, do you feel anything about Dakota's cat?
What does the number 6 mean? Anything?
Not registering. Well, that's what I used to call her, because I was told that we had a new cat show. We live out in the country, so we get a lot of cats going out. And they used to tell me that, oh, there's one with 6 toes that showed up. Like, all right. I went looking for her, found her. That's why you would call her until I got her to approach me so I can actually look at her paws. I found out she had 8 on both her front paws. So
that's what you called the cat before she would be friendly?
Yeah. So that's what I called her. Then I saw she had the 8 toes, so I started calling her Octavia.
You named her after a card in the UK? That's terrible.
Yeah, we have Octavia, there's Garfield, there's Monopoly Man. There's a black and white tuxedo with a Monopoly mustache that started showing up, so.
So the number 6 does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you do with her? It's either her bed specifically or her bedding.
Well, I took out some layers because it was getting hot out.
Do you remember throwing something? Okay, so what she's getting at is she had something in her bed that you took. Do you know what that means?
We couldn't bring her in. She doesn't necessarily agree with the boy cats, so because we're trying to move, we're trying to slowly transition her indoors.
Okay.
She wasn't using her bed, so I got to thinking. We made a little makeshift bed so that way she showed up in the winter, so she would not end up in somebody's engine and nobody realized till they start the car. Because apparently that's where she's been stashing dead birds, was under the hood of my car. I made her kind of a little makeshift shelter. I took out a couple layers thinking that she was getting too hot. But...
So, I thought it might have been something dead. Because
that's what I was thinking, like a toy or something dead.
To this thing that you took.
Well, I just have to take my car to the mechanic. I can't help it.
She's like, I can't believe he threw those things away. Like,
he touched my stuff.
Yeah, it was very, she was so offended that you would just discard her hard work. Because I was asking, like, did you fluff the bed? Did you do something? She's like, no, I put things in it, and he took them. Shame on you for removing the dead birds.
That's terrible, Dakota. You should have kept those
was
dead
there
birds.
Was there a dead bird in the bed?
No, it's just. No, I was saying she was. As it was getting hotter, she was hiding under my car, and I noticed that after I took it to the mechanic, there was dead bird remains of at least 5 or 6.
Oh, well.
So I was like, so is that what caused my leaky little...
Yeah.
It's okay. I have a cat that massacres in the hallway in the middle of the night, so I step in it. It's great. It's great. My favorite.
Oh, my God. Oh, this has been a brilliant night. Honestly, Ali and Lisa, thank you for coming. And honestly, Ali, do you have any channels or any places you would like to plug while we're live in here?
Yeah.
She's checking what her address is so she can.
I know it's not horrible. Checking it here.
Hey, Erin.
Yeah, I'm still looking, but you can go to my personal. You can go to my personal page on Facebook too. That is the easy, because my animal communication page doesn't always send my notifications timely.
There she went.
She's in the void again.
And she's in the void.
I went to the void.
Come back to the light.
No, you're not
That's
supposed
like
to go into the light. You're supposed to stay away from the light.
What do you mean you're not supposed to get?
Again.
What do you mean? You're meant to get in the light.
Go.
That's what everybody says.
See, here's me. Like, if I'm doing my working on the webpage, I can tell you my my Pinterest, my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook, my LinkedIn. Like, what do you want to know?
Yeah, what do you want to know? Well, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See. In the void.
There he is.
She's back.
What's your address?
I don't know. I thought I just saved it.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do after. We'll put you up in the. Is it possible to put it up in the website, Dakota, so as people can find you? And we'll also put it to the below the video tonight, so people can click on it and find all the stuff. Lisa, do you have a place that you can plug tonight?
Oh, my Mystical Life Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Oh, please.
Are you in TikTok?
Please.
Are you in TikTok, Lisa?
Look. I started doing TikTok videos and I felt like I was 90 years old trying to do TikTok videos. So I haven't, but someone is encouraging me to do them. I have a couple up there that are of the Divine Oracle table that we have going on. But other than that, it's just... Oh, you want to see the new one?
That's right.
I can't tell you right now. I can.
I watched that video you put out of that table that turns. That was cool.
This is my new one. I'm just going to show you because we're here. This is my new one. This is mine.
That is so cool.
But it is you can use it for mediumship. You can use it for, doing paranormal investigation, all sorts of stuff. So it's just, I'm excited about it. I have a patent pending and everything. There's nothing like it.
Hey!
You know something?
I know I had a patent.
We need to get you back, Lisa. We need to get you back. We need to get you back, Lisa, to do a demonstration.
Absolutely.
One night.
It'd be fun.
You know?
It'd be fun.
So Dakota, would you like to say anything, Dakota, before we go off into the unknown?
I will just say thank you, ladies, for coming on. This was quite an interesting show, and I'm going to have a conversation with one of my cats. God.
Yeah. I'd be pissed enough if you were punching the memory foam with my bed, to be honest with you. I'd really be annoyed.
I don't know. She's talking about the fact that I had to remove the cars because are all having car issues at once, apparently. I noticed that I was sitting outside with her roughly, because she physically sits there and watches me come home, so she knows she has the car to lay on.
That is funny.
That, and we also have a carport where we have a bunch of barn swallows nesting, and she likes to. Apparently, she's been getting quite a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
Good for her.
No!
I know, we want the barn swallows, the purple martins. We want them.
I have such bad luck in my barn. I don't have any.
Aw, you want some? Come to my house.
Can you like transport them? Like, do they do that?
I don't know. There's some that have been born without eyes, I've noticed. So I don't know.
Oh my God.
No,
okay.
it's just the eyes aren't there.
Never mind. Keep them.
It's like they don't make it past the point when the mother starts kicking them out of the nest.
You don't live next to a nuclear power plant by any chance, do you?
No, that's about 2.5 hours drive from me. So.
Well, it's quite close. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming tonight. Please pop in tomorrow night's show. We're doing a UFO special, so that should be interesting. And thank you guys for coming. We'll talk to you behind the scenes, and you can try and understand my Scottish language, terrible. So Dakota, without you, take it away, the trailer, to lead into the yard. What's that? Cat got scared.
Oh,
Okay,
Allie.
your turn.